Once upon a time, in the dusty lanes of Ajegunle, lived two girls named Janet and Rita. They were not born with silver spoons or even wooden ones. Bread hawking was their daily hustle, hot loaves balanced on tired herds, weaving through Lagos traffic with hope in their eyes and hunger in their bellies. Janet lost her father to a factory explosion. Rita's mother had been bedridden for years after a stroke. Life had dealt with them in pain and in installments. But across the lagoon in Lekki, another story played out. A young woman named Vivian, a supposed wig seller, was living what social media called soft life. Private jets, airport selfies, Dubai parties, and her post, "My life is a movie. Boss babe moves. Wig business sweet oh." But the truth, her life was no movie. It was a ritual in disguise. Every evening, under a blinking yellow bulb, Janet and Rita would gather around Rita's cracked techno phone. They scroll through Vivian's Instagram post like it was food. "This life no balance," Janet would whisper. "See as person dey chop life, why would dey chop breeze?" Rita would say. "If dis kind money jam me na bye bye to bread selling." Their hearts began to crave what their eyes couldn't unsee. When you envy someone's life, ask first, what did they give up to get it? They didn't know Vivian hadn't sold a single wig in over 6 months. Her shop, a showroom of lies. Her real trade, darkness. Vivian worked with Soji, a man in Dubai who supplied girls to twisted billionaires. These men didn't want companionship or beauty. They wanted something vile. They would fly girls to Dubai, pay for hotels, spoil them with gifts. But then, in those five-star suites, they would squat on marble floors and defecate. And the girls, they were paid to eat it. Yes, human waste, for $10,000. Vivian had done it again and again. Her soul was stained, but her wardrobe was rich. One evening, the landlord knocked hard. "I gave una till Friday to pay or pack out." In the dark, with tears and shame, Rita typed, "Hi Vivian, I want to buy a wig." They borrowed transport fare and headed to Lekki, heads low, hopes high. Not every DM is harmless. Some lead to your destiny or your destruction. Would you do it if someone offered you $10,000 just to do one dirty job? Would you say yes? Type in the comment, "I would rather be broke," or "God abeg." Subscribe now because the truth gets darker from here. This is Whispers of Uche, and you've never heard a whisper like this one. Now back to the story. Vivian met them in luxury. The scent of her perfume filled the shop. Her nails long, her eyes glowing, but her face was hollow. She didn't sugarcoat the deal. "You travel, you eat well, just endure one thing. Something small, then you return rich." The desperation was louder than their fear, and so they said yes. Weeks later, they were back from Dubai with new iPhones, lashes, waist trainers, and glowing skin. They moved out, blocked their old contacts, and became influencers. Nobody knew what they had swallowed to rise. What enters through the mouth can also cost the soul. Some food is money, some food is madness. 2 years later, Vivian collapsed. Doctors scanned, they probed and injected. She is dying, but we can't find out why. Her belly swelled like drum. Her feet were as heavy as concrete. Her screams shook the hospital walls. Back in Ajegunle, Janet started vomiting black liquid. Rita's gum began bleeding. Her skin turned gray. They tried hospitals. They tried pastors. Nothing worked. Rita whispered, "Wetin we chop dat year? E no comot from our spirit." A Facebook herbalist finally told them, "You didn't just eat dirt, you swallowed curses. The spirits of those men are inside you. Not every luxury is harmless. Some gifts are poisoned in gold paper." The Facebook herbalist told them, "To be free, please do the following: burn all designer clothes bought with that money. Fast for 14 days with only bitter herbs. Return to Ajegunle and confess. Pour libation and beg the ancestors for mercy." Vivian did it, but she could never walk again. Rita survived, but lost her teeth and voice. Janet lived, but could never conceive again. They started a foundation to warn young girls never to chase luxury with their soul. Now, what is the lesson in all of this? Lesson number one: not every rich girl is blessed. Some are just well-paid slaves. Lesson number two: what comes cheap may cost your life. Lesson number three: don't envy anyone until you know what they ate to shine. Lesson number four: shortcuts are long roads in disguise. And the final lesson: dignity is quiet wealth. Never trade it for trending posts. This is Whispers of Uche, where every whisper is a mirror to the soul. If this story moved you, share it now. Someone out there is one mistake away from disaster. Type in the comment, "I choose dignity," or "This world is deep." Hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and please stay listening.